Peace doesn't always come from a nursery. Sometimes it comes from a Saturday morning, from a crowded table, perhaps just walking through a flea market and seeing what you can find, and maybe finding something like a purple chair that would fit perfectly into your peace garden. I went looking for a few things. I found exactly what the peace garden needed, and let's talk about it more this week, because it doesn't have to be about a lot of plants. It can be about magic that you create. Hi, this is Sherry, and welcome back to the Grow You Girl channel. So today, I thought that we would talk a little bit more. I got so much feedback about this whole idea of a peace garden, a peace circle, and different additions that I've made to mine this week. As you can see, this is in a pretty arid spot in our yard. We've had a very dry winter coming into spring here in Colorado, so I couldn't really add a lot of plants. We've added a few, including the Serviceberry, which we're going to be talking about. And today I thought I would read a little to you out of the Serviceberry book by Robin Wall Kimmerer, which really talks more about this whole idea of peace coming from abundance. And the difference in the abundance that comes with peace is reciprocity, where everybody wins. You know, that old win-win situation. And it's what I loved about this book when I read it, why I knew I had to get the Serviceberry tree here in the peace garden, because it is really a great reminder to us of the reciprocity. And as you saw in the intro, I went to a local flea market, did some shopping around, got this purple chair and a few little goodies around the garden, which I'll show you here in a minute. But first I thought, I've got this flag that is flying over my head right now, because we always seem to have a little bit of wind. And what I knew too, that whatever was out here would have to withstand the climate. And, you know, peace comes in all kinds of climates. And ours happens to be pretty windy this year and very dry, very, very dry, which the Serviceberry does like a drought, can be drought tolerant to a point. But let me go ahead and read to you from this book, and then I'll take a little walk around and show you the little things I got for the garden just to enhance it. And I really share this with you to encourage you to really look at getting your own peace garden and what that would be. Or maybe you already have, there are some items that I've collected from around my other garden that I brought over here. So anything's possible. Doesn't have to be much. This chair that I shared with you in the beginning, I got for $44. It's a very sturdy chair. It will be able to withstand the winds. This rug I had in our barn, and just a lot of it I just brought together. So as you think about your peace garden, also think about the pathway to your garden. Someplace where you can leave the other part of the world behind as you walk towards your garden. It's a pretty cool thing. I love it. It's almost like an amaranth that you can walk around. So, all right. So this is the passage that I chose out of the Serviceberry. Again, it's a sweet little book. It makes a great gift. And what I love on the back of it, it says that all flourishing is mutual. Think of that. Think if we all had that reciprocity going on. So here we go. One more thing I will say, in this past week, the Forest Service got a pretty big hit from our administration, which is scary, especially with the fire season ahead of us. But it's just remembering in all of this, one of the greatest peace prizes we have is this earth. Like, without her, we can't survive. And the whole, if you saw any of the shots from Artemis that went up of the moon and the earth, it was amazing. It was just amazing, this beautiful thing that we call our home, that we get to try to find peace in, right? Okay, so As Robin said here in her book, if we think of the earth as a big warehouse of commodities as mere objects, we claim a kind of privilege to exploit what we believe that we own. In that property mindset, the flag is hitting me in the head. how can we how we consume doesn't really matter because it's just stuff, and the stuff all belongs to us. There is no moral constraint on consumption. And so we find ourselves in a time of ecological and spiritual depletion. But in the worldview of land as gift, where the givers are someone, not some things, consumers confront a moral dilemma. We humans must consume since we are animals to whom the gift of photosynthesis was not given. But our patterns of gross overconsumption have brought us to the brink of disaster. What would it be like to consume with the full awareness that we are the recipients of earthly gifts which we have not earned? To consume with humility. We are called to harvest honorably with restraint, respect, reverence, and reciprocity. The guidelines of the honorable harvest are not usually written down. They are reinforced in small acts of daily life. But if I were to list them, they would look something like this. Know the ways of the ones who take care of you, so that you can take care of them. Introduce yourself, be accountable as the one who comes asking for life. Ask permission before taking. Abide by the answer. Never take the first one and never take the last. Take only what you need. Take only which is given. Never take more than half. Leave some for others. Harvest in a way that minimizes harm. Use it respectfully. Never waste what you have taken. Share. Give thanks for what you have been given. Give a gift in reciprocity for what you have taken. Sustain the ones who sustain you, and the earth will last forever. That give and take, it's just such a huge piece of all of this. And, finding a place to sit and ponder is a beautiful thing right here in your peace garden. So that's what I really wanted to share with you one-on-one with the camera. So I'm going to take you on a tour around what I've done here, and I hope that you find a peace garden in your home somewhere near you that you can go to and visit during these troubling times. All right, my friends, take good care. I thought I would take you through to and through the peace garden, my favorite time of day here, where the sun is going down over the mountains to the west. And as I walk through this area, the trees that we planted, the rocks that I showed you in last week's video, which I will put below if you missed that I placed here one by one by one over the course of about 3 days it took me with a lot of intention. And then just little pieces that I have gotten over this week, some that were here before. There's so many beautiful metal pieces of art, yard art, that you can get. I had this little sign here, signpost in my other garden that I decided to bring out here. We've got some junipers, our lilacs that are suffering a little bit. We thought they might like it better here. These drought tolerant juniper trees, and just the flags that we put up to wave in the peace. The rug I found in the barn. The purple chair, which I love, which represents blue and red together in unity. I love the idea of that. A little bit of time on our side, right? Loving that so much with the little bit of a sundial. The sun itself, as I shared with you last week. And the just beauty of nature around me, even though it's not lush and green and all of that. And one of my finds at the flea market was also this orange poppy, which represents peace going back to World War II, I do believe. And so I loved having this beautiful piece of art here in the garden to give me just yet one more reminder of peace. And again, the stars of the universe that are circling the garden that I created, and having fun with different things you can create. There's a piece of my little moon. And of course, for me, a garden would not be complete without a fairy. And I loved that I found her at the flea market. She is just a beautiful little whimsical fairy, bringing us to the serviceberry tree, which this year will be light in blooms because it's just a baby serviceberry tree. And that's the other thing too. You don't have to get a huge tree because it will grow with you. And that's what we planned for this serviceberry, which is just really a delight as we watch her grow up into the sky. And that will wrap up this week's video, with the final words being, imagine all the people living life in peace, from John Lennon. I hope you have peace in your garden that you bring with you all along your way. And please watch last week's video. I'll put it right here for you. Leave a comment. Let me know if you're getting your peace garden going and what it looks like for you. And until next week, remember, my friend, to plant often doesn't always have to be a plant, and do it with love.